Hey, what's going on, Aaron here? Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out NovatechFX, all right? And maybe you're wondering, is this a legit business? Can you really make money by investing with them? I'm going to review them and maybe there are better options out there, okay? Now, at any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, go ahead and click the link below and I'll share with you my favorite strategy. Now, on this channel, I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of ways to make money on the internet. Some of them are really good, some of them are so-so. A lot of them, though, are big waste of time, okay? So let's check out Novatech FX to find out whether this is a good way for you to invest your money and build with this particular company. All right, now Novatech has been around since 2019, right? And they are basically a multi-level marketing forex trading company. All right, and the reason why I'm reviewing them now is because even though they're in a little bit of hot water right now, there's still a lot of interest in Novatech. So if you're researching Novatech FX and you're wondering what's going on with this company, let me kind of take you behind the closed doors to kind of show you exactly what these guys are actually about. Okay, so Novatech was created by Cynthia Peshin. All right, she's a U.S. resident. And the interesting thing about Cynthia is she says that she's a reverend and she, brought, a lot of, holiness and religion into this whole thing, and it just kind of made her look really legit, okay, which I think is super dodgy, by the way. And what happened was Cynthia actually has a background with AWS mining, which actually became a Ponzi scheme and was shut down. She was one of the biggest promoters of AWS mining. And then she started NovatechFX with her husband, Eddie, okay, back in 2019. And it's really, really interesting to see what happened with Novatech, because back in 2019, when, some people were calling it a Ponzi scheme, because basically the business model is like this, okay? Anytime you combine a multi-level marketing company with an investment opportunity where there's no retailable product, all right, that means that the product is the opportunity to make money, and that's what Novatech was, right? Because Novatech is all about using their N-Tech trading bot, all right, and their PAM system, and essentially what you're doing is you're just investing money with them. They don't really tell you how they're investing your money. There's no real evidence of trading really going on. They were not registered with any real body. They're not registered with the SEC in the USA. And so when you're trading securities, but you're not really registered with any legitimate securities board, that is super dodgy, right? And when you combine that with an MLM structure, the likelihood that it's going to become a Ponzi scheme is extremely high. All right. Now on this channel, I've reviewed many different opportunities. Some of them are legit, right? But a lot of them that looked like this, where it was an opportunity to make money combined with the MLM business model, a lot of them ended up being Ponzi schemes. Okay. And so back in 2019, when this company was, gaining a lot of traction, and some people were calling it a scam and a Ponzi, but a lot of people that were invested in it, right, they were making money, okay? And so what you need to understand about Ponzi schemes is that a lot of people will make money at the start of the Ponzi scheme. That's how a Ponzi scheme works, right? It's kind of like a pyramid. So you start at the top, you get into the company, you invest your money, and the interesting thing about Novatech FX is you can invest anywhere from $99 to over $100,000 with them. And then they'll take your money, put it into their N-Tech trading bot, and then you just get returns and you withdraw, and at the same time you can recruit people, friends and family, bring them into the company. They pay a subscription fee to get in, and then you make money from basically all of their production and all of their investment. That's kind of how these things work, right? Now in the start, when you first join a Ponzi scheme or a pyramid scheme, right, you can make money because that's how they work, right? Everybody joins at the front, and everyone can withdraw. Everyone sees their investment growing, and you can even withdraw your money, okay? It's only much later in the Ponzi scheme, in the pyramid, where it starts to reveal itself, and that's what's happening now, okay? In 2023, 2024, this is actually what's happening now, all right? And Novatech has actually gone through a lot of problems, all right? So they had this was in 2022. Actually, they already had problems before this, but, again, thanks to Behind MLM for this information, but Novatech already had a securities fraud cease and desist from California. This was in November 2022, all right? The SEC confirms that there's a federal fraud investigation into Novatech in February 2024, and in February 8th, NovatechFX, there was a 2.3 billion RICO class action lawsuit filed in New York against them. Okay, so at the time of recording this video, NovatechFX is in really, really hot water, right? A lot of people have not been able to withdraw their money, all right, in the last year, okay? They've had a lot of legal issues, and a lot of it comes down to their business model, right? And on this channel, I've reviewed a lot of companies like this, okay? And I get a lot of hate for it. It's really, really interesting, okay? The fact of the matter is that if you invest in a company that looks like a duck, that swims like a duck, like quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck, all right? And anytime you combine the MLM structured business model combined with securities where you don't know where the money is coming from, where there's no actual retailable products. The product that you're buying into is the opportunity to make money, which is what Novatech was, right? And on top of that, they weren't registered with any securities board, which is super dodgy, okay? If you're investing your money into any financial institution that's not registered with the SEC or any recognized securities board, and I'm not talking about, you know, the British Virgin Islands or something dodgy like that. I'm talking about like a real securities board in big countries, right? Then that is super dodgy, because the opportunity to make money combined with that, usually it ends up being a Ponzi scheme, all right? Now, I called out a few companies in the past, all right? One of the companies I called out was OneCoin. Okay, and when I made this video, you can see that 5 years ago, right? When I made this video, I got so much hate for this video, but this ended up being one of the biggest cryptocurrency scams in the world. All right, the owner ran away with $5 billion, and she's still on the run. She's actually one of the top 10 most wanted females on the FBI list. Isn't that crazy, right? I called them out very, very early, right? Because it looked like a Ponzi scheme. They were basically doing the same thing. You invest your money, they guarantee you returns. There was no actual retailable product. It was also an MLM, very, very similar structure to NovatechFX, right? Now, the thing about this particular company, and I want you to understand this, you know, I'm trying to educate you in this video as well, is that a lot of the time, these companies, they hold events, they're very public, they've got a lot of great marketing, and a lot of people can actually make money initially. That's, again, how a Ponzi scheme works, because if it didn't work that way, then they can't, you know, hide the ruse for that long, right? And the thing about OneCoin is OneCoin was around for quite a long time. They were around for 4 or 5 years, if I remember correctly, right? So they build this massive Ponzi scheme over years, okay? They allow people to withdraw their money. That's how it looks real. But in fact, what's really happening is they're just reinvesting new investors' money to the old investors. That's all that's happening, right? And once that runs out, or once they decide that they want to do an exit scam, they just close the whole thing down, and whatever money is invested in the company, they get to run away with. That's exactly what happened with OneCoin, okay? Another company that I called out was OBSI. Now, the thing about OBSI is that they didn't operate for that long. They were operating for about 6 to 8 months, right? And one of my subscribers on my channel asked me to review it, so I took a look at it. I deep dived into it, and I put on my my review cap on, and this totally looked like a Ponzi scheme, because again, they were guaranteeing 81% return a month. So all you're doing is you jump on the platform, you invest your money, you don't have to do anything else, and they were guaranteeing you 81% a month. Now, unfortunately, there is no financial institution that can guarantee any returns. Anytime a financial institution, whether it's online or offline, guarantees you returns like this, I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, you know, an average, bank, if you put into a fixed deposit, an FD, you're only gonna get 4 to 5% a year. And this is guaranteeing you 81% a month. It just doesn't make sense. Okay, and so again, I always say this in these videos, right? If it looks like a duck, if it sounds like a duck, if it swims like a duck, it's probably a duck, right? And in this case, I called it a Ponzi scheme, and actually very quickly, a couple of months later, they did an exit scam. You should see all the comments on this video. It's crazy. People are like, I lost thousands of dollars. And I said, you know, I'm sorry to say, but I told you so, right? Again, if it looks like a duck, it probably is a duck, okay? And so with Novatech, it's exactly the same thing here, right? So back in 2018, 2019, they looked legit, but it had all the signs of a Ponzi scheme, all right? But people were making money. People were invested with them. They brought their friends and family in. People were withdrawing their funds and things like that, because that's exactly how a Ponzi scheme works. And now today, at the time of me recording this video, NovatechFX is in huge hot water, All right, I mean, right here you can see already. Again, securities fraud cease and desist was already filed. SEC official investigation into them, and a $2.3 billion class action lawsuit has been filed against them in New York. And here's the crazy thing about NovatechFX. Right now, if you go to their website, Novatech-FX, here's the thing. It says, okay, they're like, we're addressing account issues for clients who lost their trading accounts and funds with NovatechFX. To begin the recovery process, please click the link below, all right? Now, why would you ever lose your account? Think about that. If a company was legit, there's no reason why you should even lose your accounts, all right? The fact that they're even saying that, this is typical Ponzi scheme, exit scam, step by step. Okay, this is Ponzi scheme 101. These are the steps that they take. They say, oh, there's something wrong with the accounts. We're gonna freeze your accounts. Don't worry, everything's still there. And then they do things like this. Look at the website now. It's so basic. That's all it is. All right. Look at this. For more updates for reimbursement channels, go to Telegram. Okay. We apologize for recent website downtime due to a database breach. Again, classic Ponzi scam 101. Okay, this is what they do. They blame it on everything else. They make it look fine, but actually they've got huge problems, all right? Because they're running away. Our server had to be temporarily shut down for security reasons. It's total BS right there, okay? We're delighted to inform you that we have successfully recovered 86% of all official data from the trading platform. In order to enable withdrawals, all accounts have to be integrated on a new domain. Okay, again, classic Ponzi 101. All right, they move stuff to a new domain. It's really, really bad. And this is just buying them time. Okay, they're just doing this to buy themselves time. All right, and while this is happening right here from the desk of Reverend Cynthia Peshin, right? They've got a 2.3 billion class action lawsuit being filed against them right now. Crazy stuff, guys. Okay, so if you're looking at NovatechFX, I would say 100% just stay away from them, right? I really did this video just to show you what a Ponzi scheme generally looks like, okay? To educate you, to make you understand, especially if you're researching this company right now, because there's still a lot of interest in NovatechFX right now, right? Here's what it looks like at the end of the day, okay? Don't be greedy, all right? That's the bottom line. If you are presented with some sort of financial opportunity, and we live in the day and age right now where there's so many of these scams going around, it's ridiculous. Like, I mean, I review not just financial companies, I review a lot of different things. I review money-making opportunities, different websites, different courses, different business models, right? And financial securities and investments and cryptos is just one of the categories that I review. And whenever I review this particular category, I'm so shocked at how many scams of this type of nature there are out there. So the reason why I did this video is just to educate you a little bit on what to look out for. Okay, first of all, if a company guarantees you returns, okay, you need to run away, because it's impossible for any financial institution, besides a bank that does like a financial deposit over a year period, to guarantee you any returns on a monthly or daily basis. All right. So if you see a financial opportunity where a company says we are using whatever, it doesn't really matter. Okay, they just make it up. It's part of the scam. Okay, whether it's a crypto bot, it's a forex bot, it's a mutual fund bot, it's a property bot, it's whatever freaking bot, right? And they can't prove how that bot actually trades, and also they're not registered with any securities commission anywhere in the world, right? Especially in a big, large country. Chances are that it's a scam is 99.99%. Okay, I always put my reviews through that filter first of all. Now, if they combine it with a multi-level marketing structure, it's almost guaranteed that they're a Ponzi scheme. Okay, that combined with that is just, that's what scammers love to combine it with. MLM structure, because it makes them the maximum amount of money. It gives them the maximum amount of exposure, because people use word of mouth to recruit their friends and family, to bring people in, okay? That's why these scammers like the MLM business model, okay? And then that combined with a bot that guarantees you returns, I mean, that is just a recipe for disaster right there, all right? So if you come across opportunities like that, just run. Don't be greedy. And this is the thing about companies like this or opportunities like this. People get greedy. They think, oh, all I need to do is invest $10,000 of my money. They're going to guarantee me 100% return in a month and I can withdraw it. This is going to be awesome. You don't have to do anything to make this kind of money. And that's why people always end up losing their money. Okay? So if you're checking out Novatech, this is a perfect example of how a Ponzi scheme works. All right? At this stage, you probably can't invest any money with them, but I did this video for education purposes. If you are still checking out NovatechFX, just be very, very careful with your money, okay? The best way to grow your money is to build it, okay? Build a business. Get into either if you want to invest your money, invest in something that's real, right? Like do proper crypto investing yourself. Don't give it to a company. Learn to do it yourself. Learn to invest in stocks and shares yourself. Learn to invest in property markets yourself, or take your capital and build a business, a real business, like a drop shipping business or an Amazon FBA business or an affiliate marketing business, right? Or get into real network marketing. If you want to build MLM, that's fine, because MLM is a legitimate industry, okay? Actually build it yourself. Don't give your money to a company and cross your fingers and hope for the best and hopefully they're going to give you your money back, because chances are they're not, especially if they guarantee returns, which, by the way, with investing, there's no such thing as a guarantee. There's always a risk, okay? So just be careful. Now, if you're here watching this video right now, on this channel, I've reviewed thousands of money-making opportunities. So many, right? But out of all of them, I've distilled all of them into one type of opportunity, which I think that a beginner has the best chance of going from zero to their first $5,000 to $10,000 a month, and even more if you put a lot of effort into it, right? And if you would like to check that out, I've got a free masterclass that will basically show you exactly how this works. So if you want to check that out, you can get it for free just by clicking the link below. I hope you enjoyed this review of NovatechFX. Be careful with your money, all right? Stay away from these guys, obviously, and I hope to see you on another video review. Take care.